there are certain storms that come out of nowhere, and these trials that don't just test your patience, but it shakes your whole foundation. And some challenges are just part of life, while others may be consequences of our past choices. But every now and then, we find ourselves in the middle of a wave of hardship, where it seems like one thing after another, to where these obstacles start piling on one another, and it feels so overwhelming that it starts to feel like you're drowning. And even though just moments before, you felt like you were confident in the right direction, now you feel like you can barely get out of bed. And it's in these moments where we come face to face with this deep question of, where is my faith? Y'all feel what I'm saying? And today we're going to look at a moment in Scripture when the disciples were caught in a storm, an actual dangerous, life-threatening storm, and they were doing what Jesus told them to do, yet chaos still found them. While they were physically carrying the presence of God with them, Jesus in the boat, they still panicked, and understandably, they had this fear that nearly caused them to freeze, to be shaken and unable to move forward in the calling that they had just begun to walk in. And the story is meaningful for us to talk about because storms will come without warning. And while we try to brace ourselves and push through with logic and willpower, sometimes the wind is just stronger than us. And in those moments, we don't just question the situation, we start to question our calling, our direction, our faith. But what if these trials weren't meant to break us down, but to show us just how much God can do in the middle of those storms? And today's message is a reminder for us that while we don't deny the reality of what we're facing, we have a choice in how we see it. We can either look at it through a lens of fear, or we can learn to see it through the eyes of faith.
Either you're Lord of